And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I have the privilege of inviting Principal Scientific Advisor, Government of India, Professor Ajay Kumar Sood ji, and request sir to kindly address the gathering. Please, sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Honorable Mr. Pralhad Joshi ji, Mr. Santosh Sarangi ji, Mr. Abhay Bakre, Dr. Muhammad Rehan ji, all the participants in this first R&D conference, and ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure to join all of you for the first Green Hydrogen R&D conference. So this R&D conference, in my mind, is not just a meeting of experts. It is a collective pursuit of knowledge, innovation, and national progress in our energy transition. Now, the agenda brings the ecosystem together around a very simple but important idea, namely, India must convert scientific insights into reliable molecules, resilient manufacturing, and real jobs. That's a very simple summary of what we want to do. As you heard, under this national NGHM, the Government of India has set very ambitious yet achievable targets of producing 5 million tons of green hydrogen annually. Now, this vision, as we have seen in the last 1.5 to 2 years, is backed by strategic policy support, financial incentives, and a strong push for domestic manufacturing of electrolyzers and other critical components. And I am sure many of you here would have participated in these efforts. Now, in all this, research and development is the bedrock of a self-reliant and future-ready India. Now, R&D empowers us, as we all know, to solve complex challenges, drive economic growth, and improve the quality of life for every citizen. Now, in today's rapid evolving global landscape, you will all agree that R&D is not optional. Actually, it is essential. So, Green Hydrogen R&D roadmap, as was just mentioned by Honorable Secretary, was launched on 7th October 2023, followed by operationalization of the scheme, R&D scheme, on 15th March 2024. And in this, as we heard, 23 projects have been supported under the scheme as a first part of and I hope we will get very exciting projects in this also. We have been very critical and choosy in this first phase, and I hope that we will have results from these projects in a meaningful way. As we have covered all the categories, be it production, storage and transport, application and safety, and so on. And strategic hydrogen innovation partnership is being facilitated also under the mission. Now, what we have aimed that this R&D projects oriented, they should be time bound and suitably scaled up to develop globally competitive technologies. MNRE has issued revised scheme guidelines very recently to establish Hydrogen Valley Innovation Centers and Green Hydrogen Hubs. And very soon in this meeting, you will have Dr. Anita Gupta from DST will cover more on the innovation clusters and tell you how these are being taken forward along with DST. Good news is that, as you must have heard, read in the newspapers, then other than various ministries, we also saw Indian Railways. They successfully tested the country's first hydrogen-powered coach at the Integral Coach Factory in Chennai. And I understand from the reports that they have a program for 1200 horsepower hydrogen train, and many more such initiative will come from other ministries as well. And it includes, I read the Jind Sonipat section of Northern Railway to have the infrastructure and run this green hydrogen trains. Now, it is very evident that the mission has laid a strong foundation, and I will not go further on what has been done. It has been elaborated by Mr. Bakre and the Secretary. So today I will just speak for a few minutes about what we should do to make this mission a success, so that our laboratories and factories produce solutions that are unique, suited to Indian conditions, and globally competitive on cost and quality. So the message of India for India is unambiguous. We all can immediately vibe with it, that our R&D cannot remain scattered or incremental. It must be mission-driven, benchmarked to global best practices, and aimed at outcomes that are both measurable and scalable. And these are the yardsticks we have tried to apply to phase 1 projects, and we hope that we will be even able to do better in phase 2. So you may ask, where should be our focus? So I'll just mention, I'll reiterate, which all of you probably know it, but it's good to recall what our objectives are. First, our focus should be on electrolyzer innovation. A major R&D problem statement could be the development of indigenous electrodes and membranes for different types of electrolyzer, and we must push material science related to this. Now, PEM stacks, we know they use precious metals as iridium and platinum, and now we need to see that how do we go beyond these, and obviously AEM, alkaline electrolyzers, they have a promise. Some of them have been funded because they offer cheaper stacks, and they don't use non-precious metal catalysts. Now, the challenge is in keeping the membrane and the ionomer stable in real plant conditions that include hard water, dust, and carbon dioxide in the air. Now, developing chemically robust polymer electrodes that do not break down in strong alkali should be the industry's homework. And our aim should be that we should run these electrolyzers at a higher current with lower cell voltages, which means more hydrogen for the same electricity, more efficiency, and we use stronger diaphragms that keep hydrogen and oxygen separate while letting ions pass easily. I am saying all this so that we remember what our focus should be, so that we really drive towards that. Second, we must look at storage and transport solutions. Here, needless to say, type 4 cylinders is the need of the hour to be developed in India. We should not be importing them. Type 3 are available. Type 4, that's why our regulatory framework is also limited to type 3 right now. But we should aim for type 4. Now in this, there are some projects which have been funded under National Textile what is this, technical textile mission, where I and Dr. Saraswat chair, and we are hoping that effort will lead to type 4 cylinders, making in India and testing in India, because testing is also very non-trivial, and we hope that in the storage area, type 4 cylinders will be developed in coming years. Now, we also need to see, we must integrate hydrogen safety training and so on, and this is something which we have to continue to focus on. The third focus should be our end-use sectors, be it steel, cement, fertilizer, shipping, and long-haul mobility. Again, here, all the ministries are involved. There are projects, all the schemes are being rolled out. But what I am mentioning is towards R&D. So R&D in these applications have to be scaled up, which we have done a few in phase 1, but we need to do more in these sectors. So this is again something we should do. The fourth focus should be that we should not neglect alternate hydrogen production route, which is very well suited to India, namely the biomass route. And this biomass route, we should see how we can do R&D, which really takes this in a commercially viable manner. So this is something which we can think about. And the last one, the fifth one, should be the key R&D and innovation areas of high and low temperature proton exchange membrane fuel cells, PEMFKC, with heat combined cycle, development of planar solid oxide fuel cells, phosphoric acid fuel cells, direct methanol-ethanol fuel cell, molten carbonate fuel cell, biofuel cell, development of novel catalysts and membranes, as well as development of fuel cells for remote backup power system. So these are some of the focus areas, and I am sure the experts here can really see how we can really make it workable. So let me end where I began. India has already built the scaffolding in this mission. The national standard defines the color of the molecule. We have the standards, and we can build the science, the machines, the codes, and the people. And in all the fronts, we need to move. And good news is that under the leadership of our honorable ministers, secretaries in the department, and the mission, these things are going well. My request to all of you, please choose problems that matter to cost, reliability, and safety. Publish when it is really path-breaking, not incremental, and test brutally. My request to industry is, please share data from pilots and invest in Indian tooling. Take the long view. Don't look for short-term gains. The first mover will carry the learning curve. And my request to our standard bodies and regulators, move with the evidence, update codes frequently, and never compromise on safety. And my final request to young engineers, this is your field. We are at the energy transition point. This is where the history is being made, and this is your field as we go along. It will ask for patience and rigor, and your innovative work will change the cost of energy for the poor. And if we do things right, I'm sure which we will do, India will not only meet a target, but we will build a durable capability in electrochemistry, power electronics, materials, and complex systems. So this capability will not only serve green hydrogen mission, but will also have a spillover into batteries, semiconductors, offshore wind, and many other industries. and this will be the holistic growth for our India. And this is what we look forward in a national mission. So once again, thank you for being here in this first R&D conclave. I congratulate MNRE for all the efforts that have been put up, and I wish all the very best along with all of you to take this mission forward on scale. Thank you so much.